My name is NTC 7000 or NTC 7K as well.
I just took over his intro.
We're challenged.
See that? You jumped.
I can't never forget that. I hate that video so much.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy NTC 7000, and of course, NTC Firefighter is sitting back there on his phone as always.
Howdy.
He just got off of work, and they have been working him hard for the last couple of weeks, so he's beat. He wants to sit over there, rest his feet, so we'll let him. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. If you notice, we're in the kitchen. And the reason why is because we're going to be making a keto lasagna today. I wanted to do some keto meals to kind of cut out some of my carbs, trying to slim up, trying to work out, get back in shape. So we're going to see how it tastes. I'm not used to lasagna without noodles. So this takes mozzarella and uses it as the noodle. Somebody's disagreeing with that.
I don't like mozzarella. I'm sorry. Sue me.
He doesn't like mozzarella, so
I'm sure.
I guess he's gonna scrape all the mozzarella, all the stuff off the top of the mozzarella, and then he's gonna eat it from there.
Exactly.
But we're gonna show you kind of how to prep for everything. What is it that you need for it, and kind of try to make it look like this. I'm gonna put that right over his head. But that's the way it's supposed to look. I want to know if it's going to turn out like that.
It's not.
Normally they don't. But I like to consider myself a top chef. So
It's not.
I like to consider myself a top chef. So we're going to see how it turns out. It might turn out great. It might turn out terrible. But either way, let's get on into it. All right, guys. So you're going to see me walking around with this little thing right here. This is picking up our audio because the audio on this camera is not that great. So this gives you a little better of a sound. So when you see this, that's what you're looking at. But it gives me a deeper sound, I guess. Gives you better audio quality. But first and foremost, before we start cooking, of course, we need to go and wash our hands. So we're going to do that.
Wow.
So today's recipe is going to be coming from KirbyCravings.com. I will put the link in the description in case you like what you see. And that way you can make it for yourself. Alright, so this is what you're going to need. You're going to need you some mozzarella cheese, low moisture part skim mozzarella cheese, some marinara sauce with no sugar added. You're gonna need you some cream cheese, some lean ground beef. I just added the parsley flakes. You don't really need those, but I added them. Your ricotta cheese, of course, minced onions, Italian seasoning, and of course, one of the most important things, especially when you're dealing with cheese, is parchment paper. I forgot to mention that you're also going to need 2 large eggs for this. So what you're going to do first, you're going to add your 2 large eggs, and then you're going to take 4 ounces of cream cheese, which would be half of this pack. You're going to add it into there. No one said I was perfect at this. I will get better.
I thought you were a top chef.
Sir, no one asked your opinion. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. That seems about right. And then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to mix this all together. You're gonna have to soften the cream cheese as you're mixing it in together. It might take 5-10 minutes to do this part. It works better if you have a food processor, which I do not have, so have to do it the hard way.
Label, this is how not to cook.
Alright, so after you've got kind of a creamier consistency, then you want to add in your mozzarella cheese. So it calls for 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese. So you add that in with this mixture.
You gonna put your hands in that? Are we both eating?
I thought you weren't eating it, sir.
Well, you told me you're forcing me to try it.
Alright, so then you're going to line a pan with parchment paper. This is probably the most important part about this when you are dealing with anything making cheese as far as a base for it. You need to make sure you put it on parchment paper, otherwise it will burn. So you're going to take out your contents onto the paper. Then you're going to want to spread this out. My hands are clean, so
Yeah, should go.
I don't have. We're doing this old school way. We're using our hands. All right?
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
The only
Real chefs
way.
use their hands.
Yeah, as Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
He'll cuss you out and tell you the truth.
All right, that looks about good. So after you have your base done and on the parchment paper and ready to go, you should have already had your oven preheated to 350. I don't believe that I said that, but I will put it somewhere in the front of the video so that you will know. So you have your oven preheated and ready to go, so you're just going to place this on the middle rack for 20 minutes. Alright, so I set the timer on the oven. Most of us have an Alexa, so you can just tell Alexa to set your timer. But while we're doing this, while we're waiting for this, we're going to go cook the meat for the inside. Alright, so now that you have your meat ready, you want to add in 1 cup of marinara sauce. And about a teaspoon of your Italian seasoning. Turn that down to low heat and stir it in, letting it simmer. Now I'm going to go against my better judgment here. This kind of looks a little like it needs a little bit more marinara sauce, but that's not what the recipe calls for. I want to do it according to the recipe and see if I can get the same results of that picture. So about this time, you should have about 8 to 10 minutes left on your timer. for your base. So me and Firefighter are just going to sit here and talk a little bit while we wait for that. And we'll just do a time lapse for your benefit. Alright, so what you're going to want is you're going to want this yellowish texture. You see this yellowish texture? With a little bit of a crispier brown in some areas. You're going to take this out. You're going to want it to sit for about 5 minutes to cool. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, so I'm going to try cutting this with a pizza cutter. Just to see kind of the texture. Oh, that's really fine texture. Okay. So this might cut it actually pretty well. So you kind of want to cut it and make it into squares, well, rectangles. The only square in here is Firefighter.
Really?
And then once you get these pieces, you want to cut this into thirds.
What's going here is Firefighter, dude. I made fun.
Alright, so the first thing this thing says to do is to add a small thin layer of meat to the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to do that now. I'm guessing that's to keep the mozzarella from burning when it's in the oven. And then you're going to put one of your mozzarellas over the top. Then add about a third of the meat that's left over the top of that. Then you're going to add your ricotta in, however much is your fancy. Different people like different amounts of ricotta. Look at Firefighter looking like a cute little girl. Alright, then you want to sprinkle yourself some mozzarella cheese over the top of that. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. But I'm kind of doing it like that lady that it's like add two shots of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
And you want to put that on there. I'm just pushing it down a little bit, just to make sure that everything's copacetic. I used a big word. I ain't gonna be able to talk for the rest of the day. Put some more of your meat over the top of it. I mean, really, this doesn't look that bad. It does not look that bad. I mean, the meat, I think really it should have had more, I think that it should have had, put too much on that. Alright, that should be enough. I think that it should have had more of the mozzarella in the mix, or maybe I just didn't make it right, but it's not stretching all the way across. Maybe it's not supposed to, but I don't know. Go back with some more ricotta. And then some more mozzarella. And then I just push it all together just to make sure it's not gonna overflow or anything. You're gonna put the other third of your meat over the top. And some more ricotta. Ricotta. Ricotta.
Another layer of mozzarella on top of that.
On top. Firefighter is hating this because it's got all of this mozzarella on it. I don't think he's ever actually eaten lasagna then. Alright, so you're just gonna cover up the rest of it with mozzarella. And make sure you clean up your mess afterwards. And then you're gonna take it and put it in your oven on 350 for 20 minutes. So 20 minutes for us, about 20 seconds for you guys. And there's Firefighter, jumping in the background.
Better get down on his level, because he's real slow, man. Ooh, we're deflected.
See you guys in 20 minutes. Alright, so you want to put it on broil. Maybe I broiled it a little bit too much. I mean, you know, but it still doesn't look that bad. But you just want to broil it for about a minute and a half. I did 2 minutes and that's what turned out. So about a minute and a half. I'm going to let it sit back there and cool for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to dig into it. Put a little parsley over the top of it to make it look nice. He's already doing that. And then we're going to judge it based off of the consistency of the meat and the taste of it, the texture and taste of the mozzarella noodles, and then just the overall impression of the dish. And then we'll add it out and give you kind of our score on it. Yeah, so be right back. So first impressions, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like the picture. I mean, the mozzarella, of course, is a lot stringier. But I mean, smell-wise, it smells pretty good. We're gonna see exactly how it tastes, though. So we're gonna get our first bites in. That is some stringy cheese. Really stringy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good.
You can really taste the onion.
I love it.
I think it calls for quite a bit of the onion. But you can taste, with the meat though, it's not overpowering, but you can definitely taste the onion in there. And I want to taste a piece of just the mozzarella, the base, the noodle. It's definitely not a noodle texture. It's got kind of like a fluffy egg type texture to it.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Not bad at all.
If you were to replace that mozzarella you put on after everything with Parmesan, it'd be perfect.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Parmesan. I think the mozzarella goes pretty well with everything. Just for me. I know you like a lot of Parmesan, so. But I mean, overall, I would say the meat with the onion, the sauce. I didn't think that it was gonna be enough sauce, but I think it actually, the amount that they wanted you to put in there went very well with it. And I'm somebody who likes a saucy lasagna. So I think the filling, the meat, and all of that, I'll give that a 9 out of 10. The noodles themselves, I'm just used to lasagna noodles. I'm used to the pasta noodles. So I'll give them about a 7 out of 10, which is still not bad. It's something brand new. It's something I'm not used to. So, I mean, they don't have a bad taste to them. It's just a different texture than what I'm used to.
The texture ain't bad though. It's not
No,
like
the texture's not bad. It's just when you eat something with pasta, you expect a pasta texture.
Oh no.
You know, and so I expected a pasta.
Like it doesn't throw me off guard.
No, it doesn't throw you off. I mean, because when you take a bite of it together, it goes well together.
Yeah, you just tasting it.
Yeah. Together, it goes well together. Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. For it to be keto and not have all these carbs in it, I mean, that's like a 20 out of 10. But as compared to a normal lasagna, where the normal lasagna would be a 10 out of 10, I would give this one an 8 out of 10. Is that a fair assumption for you, or you think it's... So 8 out of 10. Pretty good if you ever want to try it. I actually would eat this again. I really would. I would actually take something like this to lunch with me. I would do this as a dinner for my family. Like, yeah, this is not bad, and it's better without all the carbs. You know, if you just want to cut a couple of your meals down on your carbs, this is a pretty good one. So, I just want to say thank y'all again for tuning in, for watching. I hope that you found something that you might like. Try it out. Tell me what you think. But we're gonna get on into eating this. We want to eat it properly for you guys. But well, I want to eat it properly for you guys. He's over here smashing.
Mine's almost gone.
But it's about time for me to go smash now. I thank you guys. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, do whatever it is that you need to do to keep supporting this channel. I love you guys. Till we meet again. Peace.